But really when it comes to stuff on the top, you just want darks or lights. And in my opinion, lower, that's a big one, lower light conditions. Goodness gracious, that's a fat one. That's a fat one. Oh. So I'd say covering water is probably in my best options list. Get in here, yes sir. It's crazy. Oh. Well, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Uncut Bass Fishing channel. My name is Tyler. I'm the host of this channel. You may recognize my face and my voice from my other channel here on YouTube called Tyler's Reel Fishing, but my goal is the same on both channels, to give you guys a fun video to watch, but also in that video, teaching y'all how to become better bass anglers. Now today, I'm on another brand new lake I've never been to before, honestly. That's how most of the videos are on this channel, but I've heard this lake has some good bass in it that can be caught in many different ways. So maybe it's topwater, maybe it's jigs, maybe it's skipping docks, maybe we're gonna graph offshore and find some big offshore schools, who knows. But as always, the Uncut Bass Fishing channel is brought to you by my merch brand called Infinite Outdoors. This here is the stitched hat we sell, and Infinite Outdoors has two main meanings to the name. Number one, you can tell it is absolutely drop dead gorgeous out here on the lake this morning. It feels good, it looks good. That is the infinite possibilities of seeing how beautiful the outdoors are. Whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, you name it, there are infinite possibilities of making memories and having fun in the outdoors. And speaking of the outdoors, I believe in a God who intelligently designed this planet for us to enjoy, and who sent his son to be a sacrifice for our sins on the cross, so that through a relationship with him, we can come to know him and have eternal life. So that is the infinite love of God. So no pressure at all to support, but I will have my hats, my sun shirts, my sweatshirts, all that kind of stuff linked down in the video description, or infiniteoutdoors.com you see here on the screen. Enough chit-chatting, let's get to fishing, because I feel like the bite today is gonna be awesome. Goodness, there we go. Okay, yep, that's a way to start. Get in here, little guy. Beautiful, stinking, chunky, little 2-pounder on the new Buzz minnow. We're gonna have fun today. That was a bass. Wonder if I need to be going back in with these fish with a worm. Probably. That's the wrong worm. I'm just gonna keep it moving. Now, if I'm gonna be fishing shallow the majority of at least the morning, I'm gonna raise my trolling motor up a good 6 inches there. Make sure I don't buzz over some rocks or something. I'm gonna start by fishing lily pads. Then I think I'm gonna get to a little cattail island I see over there, and then I might move to a steeper bank. Now, topographically, I'm starting on the flattest area of the lake, and that's because with the cooler temperature at night and the fact that it's just really low light, I wanna see if there's the possibility of fish cruising this flat that as soon as the sun pokes up would not be here anymore. So I'm really just trying to take advantage of the conditions we have just for a little bit of time. But I'm not saying the fish wouldn't be here later on in the day, but they may not. So might as well start by fishing here. And I know, not a frog, it's a stinking buzz shad, but It's a frog. And also for you Uncut viewers, I'm filming a regular Tyler's Reel Fishing video at the same time. So you're gonna hear me like say something and then say it again because I didn't like the way that I said it for the main channel. But conditions, I've mentioned it is a little bit cooler. Still summertime, but it's definitely colder morning. Like I'm great in pants, gym shoes, and my long sleeve shirt here. A little bit of ripple on the water would definitely make this buzz bite better, but I think these fish are going to be able to come find it pretty dang easily. And I'm also focusing more on the edges of the pads right now instead of making casts way up there. Now, if there's good depth to be found up there, coming back to punch this stuff is definitely worth it. But as of right now, it's early morning. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous morning at that. So I'm gonna throw Topwater, okay? That's what I'm doing. You can sue me. You can sue me. I don't care. Like there's some open water up there. I'd like to know if that's deep enough to hold a fish. If so, I need to throw a regular frog up there, not a buzz frog. Now you'll notice with this type of frog, it sinks. You know, it's not hollow belly. So if I want to keep it on top of the water, I got to keep retrieving. And I keep my rod tip, I'd say at like a 2 o'clock position. You can retrieve it down. Actually, you know what? It does plop a little bit better. But in terms of keeping it up at a slower pace, rod tip high is helpful. Now with this type of topwater, you're really just going after like the most aggressive ones. If there's, oh my goodness. If there's a fish that's in a topwater mood, but not like chasing after it, then this is not the right one. Oh man. I got some kind of knot in my line from that hook set. Yeah, my braid. My braid did a funky thing here. Please don't be too bad. Amazing. When braid flies back at you, it does weird things. Okay, let's get back in there. If I can, oh my goodness. Bad cast. He did not feel big anyways, so I'm not concerned. Oh my goodness. I gotta set these brakes differently or something. What's going on? I'm also not sure I'm vibing with this rod. I've been trying the TP2 series. I just don't know what I think about them. Something to me doesn't feel as smooth. They don't feel the best in my hands. But I do want to keep trying them. Light tighten the spool tension. That works. Just got to cover some water. I'm pretty much coming to the end of the super shallow area. You can tell, hopefully my chest mount could capture that it's all cheesed up over the pads right here. And then as I work my way over here to these pads, it's not cheesed up at all. And so that's just kind of my telltale sign that it gets shallower there. More vegetation growth, more stuff being pushed on top. I heard a bluegill pop. Me likey. Bluegills popping is the noise of them coming up to the surface to eat a bug. Oh, and if you've got a mat of aquatic vegetation and you've got lots of pop going on, usually there is bass in the area. Not gonna say it's 100% certain, but Oh man, they popping. They popping. I like it. I like it a lot. Man, it's pretty this morning. Is this dew? Goodness gracious. That was fun. Is this dew or is this fog? It's coming off the water. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're gonna hear zero complaints from me today. Because look at that kind of fish. Look at how he ate it. Roof of the mouth. New buzz minnow. Gosh, that's fun. That is not a bad time. All right, well, that's 2 fish so far that are the same size. So I guess we're gonna have to see if that's what we're dealing with. But you know what, if so, so be it. Because that's dang fun. Because that's dang fun. Goodness. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I gotta check my lighting. You're new to the Uncut. Yeah, I check my lighting a million times a day. I think shade is good or cloudy. Oh, there we go. That white balance looks better, I think. Could be wrong. Now, could you throw other lures in this scenario? Yeah, you could. You could throw a soft plastic that's just down in the water. You could flip and pitch. But I think with low light in general, I like to err on the side of covering water as opposed to going really slow. And so far I've been fishing for less than 10 minutes. I've got 3 bites on a brand new lake. So I'd say covering water is probably in my best options list. Get in here. Yes, sir. Okay. Little bit bigger. Not much bigger, but the way they're eating this thing is crazy. Oh, I'm having fun. Look at that. Look at that. I brought 1 pack of these. I have to go to my truck to see if I've got more of them, because I feel like I'm gonna need it. Stinking 2.5 pounder. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this thing works. This plopping toad thing works. Ooh, I just scared a bluegill. I scared a gigi. I'm loving the hookup ratio on this thing so far. 4 bites, 3 hookups. In the frog world, that's not normal. Uh-oh. Lighting changed again. We're good. It just something doesn't look right about my lighting. No, it's right, all right. As I was saying, I definitely could throw a buzz bait this morning, but it'd be a little bit less weedless than this buzz frog is. And with how dead calm it is, I don't think you need like a plop, 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 a loud noise. I think just a subtle that will do. Because in all my years of doing this, let me tell you, bass are a lot more aware than I think we give them credit for. And I mean, heck, even like a silent skunk buster caffeine shad would get their attention under conditions like this. You don't need anything super loud when it's dead calm and shallow. bad cast. I'm in the tree. In the tree. Got a little clump out here. And so now we are fully past the shallow cheesed out area that's right there. And now it's kind of like rock bank, honestly. I wonder if that's gonna hold any fish. Way up against the bank. Kind of want to get it. I'm gonna tie on a regular frog to throw up against the bank, because that's more of a finessey situation. And I've got a frog I wanted to test. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, folks. Is it in here? Darn it. I had a frog that was like a test frog. Here it is. This one, the sharker, it says. I'm gonna try to do a video comparing this to a regular frog. Which means I should probably start that video now instead of fishing this. But you know, whatever. This is meant to be fished, I think, more like a walking bait. So we'll see. Contractually, you know, I throw Strike King baits, but sometimes I like to test other things, especially on camera, against Strike King, especially if they're a unique design. And this frog has a feather on the back. And that's unique New York. I don't like, there we go. Yeah, it dies as it walks. Not sure if I like that. Not sure if I like that. Yeah, it stinking dives as it walks. Why does it do that? The action on this thing's horrible. Yeah, this frog does not give me good vibes. I've thrown it for what? 3 casts? That deserves a fish. What? You honestly can't, I think I figured it out. You can't pop this frog as aggressively side to side. Although, you know, I'm not even, no, this frog stinks. There goes that video idea. I'm still glad I rigged up a regular frog though. I think the bank line stuff is regular frog territory, but I'm not vibing with this frog. Not at all. Action is horrible. Not good, not good, not good. Poppin' pad perch. The best frog ever invented. Okay, the bank line has not produced a fish. So, ergo, I think I need to cover more water. Yeah, if they don't catch me one, forget about it. Buzz, 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 buzz. Buzzy, 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 buzz my frog. We're getting to another shallow section here. I expect the bites to pick back up. And I say shallow, it's just shallower further out from the bank. If y'all have watched my grass masterclass video, which if you haven't, I will leave a link down in the video description, but I talk about how you can tell a lot about the body of water you're fishing, the composition of it, just by looking at the grass. And so I can tell here that the bank slopes down quicker, the bank that I was just at right there, because the grass does not stick out as much as it does here. And these pads here can only grow in like 3 to 3.5 feet of water. And so I know that it's at least 3.5 feet all the way out to here. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, I turned the dang automatic button on my trolling motor. That was crazy. Almost threw myself out of the dang boat. Get in here. You're not big, but you're fun. And goodness, does it ever get him in the roof of the mouth. Oh. Oh. Man, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. This is fun. Oh. Ooh, I just had one buzz on it. I'm gonna go regular frog. What? What? You got to be kidding me. Inconceivable. I guess maybe they want it moved a little faster. They are in a chasey mood today, which is fun. Man, I love this thing so far. You can really retrieve it ultra slow, and that tail on the back still kicks. I mean, it's almost like a soft plastic plopper. Oh. Ah. What you doing me that for? Just gonna boil on it and not eat it. Boo. Like, I know the answer to this next question I'm gonna ask is probably no, but is this frog the buzzbait and the plopper killer? Like, the fact that I can retrieve it this slow, but it's also that loud and the hookup ratio is that good, could I just throw this in the same place as I would throw a buzzbait or a plopper? Which I guess are not always the same location. Plopper being a totally weedy lure, not a weedless one. Mostly just throw it around open water situations. But I mean, half the fish I've caught today have been fish that a plopper could have caught with a precise, accurate cast, you know, not in the stuff. So I don't know. Question worth asking. Mr. Sandman. Don't forget about the comment challenge, everybody. Comment challenge here on this channel is that at some point in the video, unannounced, I will just say comment challenge, and I will give a prompt that you must comment, and then I'll pick a random commenter. Several weeks or months or a year from now, I promise, I will get all the prize winners sent out, and you'll have the lure I was throwing, brand new, unopened, shipped to your doorstep. So this video, unless I start smoking them on something else, will more than likely be a pack of these swim baits. I mean, sorry, not swim baits. It feels like a swim bait because of the way that I'm retrieving it. A pack of these frogs, or whatever, buzz minnows, if we want to be accurate by the packaging. It's a frog. Frog's a category. I hear bluegills popping, popping bluegills, they are. And you may not notice what I'm doing, but I'm really just targeting the edge, and then once I've made a long cast over the edge to kind of catch up to the area. So let's say I go here, nothing bit. So until my boat gets to where that cast started, I will make casts into these holes on the inside. So 1, 2, and catching fish in the process. Let's go. Let's go. Just look at that. Just look at that. Goodness. Okay. This hook gets some. As always, my tackle is linked down below. Y'all know the drill. And this hook, I don't know what size it is, to be honest, or if they come in multiple sizes, but I'll find out because it works. But I think we may need a new buzz. No, we're good. Wow, still good. That's crazy that it's held up to this many fish. Okay, so now my boat is where the cast started. So now I'll make another edge cast. That wasn't the best. My boat was not parallel enough. There we go. Edge of the pads. And now back to the holes. It truly is amazing how fast a fish can see this in its area and eat it before it even gets to the next pad opening. They're probably aware of it before it ever makes it to the opening they eat it in. And the fact they can get it so far down in their mouth and turn around with it to head back down in that short a period of time, I mean, bass are aware and they are fast. All right, this area here has a lot more openings in the pads. Power pole, well, hold up. My power pole has been, I think I'm leaking fluid out of the thing, so it, believe it or not, that affects how much it goes down. Sometimes the button don't want to work, Yeah, that's all right. I can just keep us drifting here. I wanted to make some casts way deep into there. No giants yet. I feel like a 4-pounder's coming though. Which for a 4 from Minnesota is big. Back to it. Now, as far as color for this frog, I went with just a watermelon variant because I knew I'd be fishing around bluegill eaters. But really, when it comes to stuff on the top, you just want darks or lights. And in my opinion, lower, that's a big one, lower light conditions. Goodness gracious, that's a fat one. That's a fat one. Oh, get in here. Whoa, goodness. That's our fattest fish of the day. Look at that. I gotta zoom the dang lens out to get a full view of that fish. That's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta get an Instagram story of that. That's crazy. As I was saying, the colors you want are darks and lights, and for these conditions, I want dark, and the green pumpkin or watermelon variant kind of fits in the dark category. I always save my stories to my camera roll to post later. Oh, he was not hooked that good, but thank you, Mr. 3. Mr. 3-pounder, fat fish. I think it finally tore out, but I'm gonna see if I can rig it again. And I can. Let's go. Heck yeah. We're having fun. This is so much fun. I knew that I wanted to throw a frog this morning, but I didn't know which one was going to be good for the situation. So I got to the ramp, took a look out at the pads, and I said, you know what? It's calm. It's probably shallow. I'm going to grab this one out of the back of my truck that I was recently using in the 200 Ponds episode that I had no success with. But I thought this looks right for it. And man, am I glad I did. Because this is working. Buzz shad sales skyrocketing right now. Or what's it called? Buzz minnow. They get the TRF stamp of approval. Oh my gosh! Dang, son. It's not even 6:30 and we're having this much fun. This is crazy. Okay, we have finally tore the nose out of this this buzz minnow. Oh no. Sorry, buddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. Goodness. Okay, I'm gonna power pull down here. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet to this channel, what are you doing? What is wrong mentally, okay? Fix your mind. All right, well, the nose finally tore on this one. Once the nose tears, you're not catching no more fish on it. You can't rig it anymore. So let's grab ourselves a new one. We got 3 left. And then I have another pack somewhere. I think, though, they're in my truck. So I'd have to go get them. Shove it in the nose. Start your twist. Make sure it twists nice and good. This plastic is not a soft plastic. Like it's pretty hard. Not the hardest I've felt, but it's not like a KVD perfect plastics or anything. All right, amazing. Is the line good to go where it's at? Yep. Line it up where it needs to go. Poke it on through. No, that was not good. It's not the best. Not the best rigging job I've done. There we go. That's better. Man, how much more of this stuff do we have? I am having fun. Oh, I think it takes a breaking of the tail. Yes. Boop. There we go. I was gonna say, something didn't plop right there. I know this ain't easy, but that's okay. Uh-oh, someone's coming down the ramp. I wonder if we're getting company. That's fine, more the merrier. This lake's got enough pads for us all. Honestly, he's missing the goods. I'm proud of myself. I got up at 4:20 this morning to drive here. And you know what? Without the cloud cover, it would already be sunny. So definitely blessed. Hashtag blessed by the additional clouds this morning. There's one. He busted up there. Not the best cast. Actually, yes, that is pretty good. I'm ready to set the hook. I'm ready. Oh, what? There we go. Yes, sir. Ooh. How big are you? Oh, not even that big. He's just had me around the pads the whole time. Oh my gosh. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy when the girl in class passes him a note. That's how giddy I am right now. Oh, goodness. I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. I'm loving this, man. This is some of the most fun I've had in a while. I don't know if that was the fish that I just saw wake. Might have been. Kind of had the same like size. The wake up there was not huge. But it didn't come anywhere near. It was like 20 feet away from where the initial burst was. Cause I'm hopeful. Yes, I am. Hopeful for today. Hopeful, and you'll make a way. I know this ain't easy, but that's okay. What is going on? My deal is not staying vertical. Is it? Oh, it is. Folks, got the USA flag, baby. And I'm proud to be an American. Oh, hello. Hey, hold on, is that a bald eagle? I think that's a bald eagle. Oh, I'm really gonna start singing "Proud to be an American." That's bald eagle. I think he was perched on this tree. I gotta watch the footage back. I'm not sure. This has been fun, y'all. This has been seriously, seriously fun. Yep, we got 2 boats coming in. Uh-oh. They're gonna come steal all my schools. All my many schools. Okay, just total open water. I don't think this is the deal for. I also don't know if they're even here today. Ooh, but I saw one over there. He busted on something. He done showed himself to be a fool. Cause I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Ooh, get out of there, get out of there. Yes, sir. What a chunk, what a chunker, goodness gracious. This lake, y'all, is just plumb full of bass. This is sick. I mean, like, I can't recall a bite that I've had that was this good in a while. This is what do the kids call it, fire? This is a fire pond, bro. And I am gonna keep fishing these pads as long as possible. My buzz minnow kind of slid down on the hook a little bit. Oh my goodness, my hook is all janky. What in the world did I do to the hook? Dang, the hook is all kinds of bent right now. Guessing it needs to go in. Yeah, and then it probably needs to split. All right, you heard it here first. This hook will bend. But I think we're okay. Just a little bent back, and now we're good. It's still a little bit off, but I think it'll still work. Man, it's shallow in here. And you should point the chest mount down, you can see the grass is growing right there. I mean, it's like 1.5 feet deep. Probably deeper than that with like where the actual bottom is. But once your boat hits, once your trolling motor hits, it's 1.5 feet deep. Now the aspect of topwater fishing, of waiting for that fish to eat it and then take a turn back down towards the water before you set the hook, is extra crucial, especially with this frog, because you are retrieving it towards you. And so when a fish eats it, it's like your rod is already kind of in hook set position. And so if you don't let that fish just run for a second before swinging, I mean, like it doesn't have to be much, just like a 1/4 second more than you normally would with a vibrating jig or a crankbait, because those have an exposed hook. So with the buzz toad, buzz bait, plopper style, actually not plopper, with the buzz bait and buzz toad, just give them a little extra time to take it down, then swing. And give them the business. Trying to think of like if there's anything that's connecting these bites together, any constant. And besides most of them being on the like outside edge, I don't think there's anything more specific I can peel. And besides most of them being on the outside edge, I don't think there's anything more specific and detailed I can tie these together with. Ooh, a blue dragonfly landed on my finger. That must mean something. 1,000 years of good fortune? Ba-ba-ba-boo. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Pads, pads, pads. Get ready for a good time. I can see the NDYAC Angler title of this video right now. Bass love frogs. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're throwing, holds the frog up to his hat, this frog lure that a subscriber sent me. Proceeds to whack 30 pounds. That's him. That's NDYAC. That's Matt Nelson for you. Wow, we're in a drought right now, folks. We're in a serious drought. I need to get out of this lull that I'm in. Can't have this happen. I haven't caught a bass in like 10 minutes. Crazy. Don't know why. Don't know why I haven't caught any. Although it's getting closer again to like steeper water. So maybe they are on the flats right now. I hadn't thought that my initial hypothesis may be correct. Yeah, if I don't get any by this point here, I'm gonna head over there. Actually, I'm gonna head to the Cattail Island first before anybody else can. If anybody of those guys are bass fishermen that came here. Yeah, I don't think they're on the steeper stuff, which I usually love hitting, but not vibing with that. Which makes me think they actually may not be on the island, but it's too good to not hit. Oh, my seats are wet. Seats are wet. Oh, take a look at that. Gosh, God is good, baby. Uh-oh, let's make sure we're in autofocus. We're in autofocus, good. Scared me for a second there. Was my frog. To the left and to the right was a frog. Buzz a frog. We've got pads on this side of the island, cattails on that side, which tells me a few things. It's deeper on that side, which would make sense. That's the main lake. Shallower on this side. So, how about we cast right at the convergence between the deep and the shallow. Worth a shot. Yeah, those guys don't look to be bass fishermen. My spots are safe. I don't have any spots. Oh, I hear a doggy. I hear a doggo barking. I hear a woof woof doggo. Woof 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 woof. Yeah. We're in a serious drought, y'all. This ain't cool. Not a fan of how long it's taken me to catch my next fish. Yeah, it's 4.6 feet here. So actually, these pads are growing a little bit deeper. I think flipping those tulies, and honestly these pads later on in the day, is probably a good option. Judging by where they're sitting in the water, and out in the middle, it's an offshore area, usually pretty good for later on in the day. I also wonder if if that was just a killer morning bite, and now that morning bite's done, the fish are done chasing out on the edge. And if so, I'm glad we took advantage of it, but definitely bummed if that's the case. Yeah, it's 5.6 feet here. Wow. This is deep. I better get shallower where the pads are growing. Probably a pretty distinct drop off the edge here. I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna get a rage bug to punch. I'm gonna get my regular frog back out. I say punch. It's really just flipping here. Not doing no punching. Just feel like making some flips. There. Pencil reeds also grow on harder bottom. So soft bottom here transitions to rock right about here. I'm flipping here instead of frogging just because of the depth. Even though I said it's a later on in the day thing, I just felt like it was the best option for right now as well. It'd be nice to know that bass use this though. Just like to get a bite. Now I'm glad I got here when I did. This bite has shut off. Like, I'm about to go hit some more stuff that I think is higher potential, but still. Bite got tough. All right, let's just go do that. Enough dilly-dallying. There are more pads to fish over there. All right, we're back, baby. Let's get out of this here slump with a fish catch. What say ye, huh? It's bright. It's bright when that sun's up. It's bright. We also have a little bit of an algae bloom over here. I'm guessing the wind blew it all onto this side. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Look at all those movements on the water. That's all bluegill. So this area's got the forage, has the depth, it has the pads, and it has the algae bloom on top, which serves as a filter for light, so fish should be more, you know, ready to bite in sunnier conditions here. I'm just really thinking that I got here for like the morning bite, and now it's died off. Just can't believe it would die off like that quickly. That's crazy. crazy if true. Like, I wouldn't mind catching them on like cheesed up stuff like y'all see up there on the drone shot. I just don't know if that's where they are. Like this morning that they were telling me very clearly they were on the edge. But man, where'd they go? Kind of want to go back to where I fished and throw a regular frog, a mat frog up there. This is not working. I feel like I don't need any more bank to tell me that. Although, you know what? Maybe I should go north. Maybe the further south I've gone, the worse the bite is. Although, then I would have gotten a bite at the island because that was right next to where I caught him. Yeah. I think I just got the best morning bite. Okay, yep. This is not working. What has happened? What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong, John Rob? I don't know. But they ain't biting my cricket. They ain't biting my cricket, Janice. They ain't biting my cricket. Figure out what's going on here. This is crazy. I'm glad the Uncut started like that. I didn't have to grind to find them, so I'm sure I would have lost some of you guys. But don't leave, all right? We're just struggling to find them now, but we're gonna figure it out. I have every confidence that I'm gonna figure out what's going on here. But I really think that was just a hot morning bite. It's really what I think was going on here. We've now arrived in the shade, which is nice. I love a good chasing the shade bite. Wonder if there's any to be caught fishing underneath the trees. I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it. Ah, that's not what I want to do. Do it, lady. Pop, 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 pop. There we go. That deserves a fish. Son of a gun. Come on now. Dang. Wild. Like if there's a bass underneath that tree, he comes to get that frog. I'm convinced. Wow. Now this is totally not the type of area I was catching them on, but I'm here. Might as well try it. It's the only shade left as well, so that's unique. Oh, a fish just jumped out there. Probably not a bass. Or it's a bass and he's taunting me. Saying, "Nana nana boo boo. You wish you could catch me." And in fact, I do. I do wish that. More than anything in the world. Come on. Wow. Don't make me skip a dock, I'll do it. Don't make me skip a dock. I'll skip a dock. That's wild to me. Not even in the shade. Not even in the shade is the one that wants to bite. Usually that's the ticket. You chase the shade. You fish the sunniest spots, or the places that are gonna have the sun hit them first. You hit those first, and you chase the shade to prolong the topwater bite. But I guess out here, once the clock says a certain time, the topwater bite's done. That's crazy. Should not be how it is, but you know, that's fishing. I feel like I don't need another pocket to tell me that they're not biting the frog or the buzz frog anymore. But I want to try another one. I see a pocket over there I want to try. I feel like I know my answer already. Also, why do these pads have spray paint on them? Does not look healthy. Uh-oh. All right, one more pocket and then we're going back to where we started and throwing a regular frog and flipping. I don't believe they've all headed offshore. That'd be wicked quick if they were to head offshore that fast. And I don't even know if I want to graph anything offshore today. Don't think they're gonna bite it anymore, but I gotta keep trying. Just another 120 yards, and then I'm gonna know. What am I kidding? I know the answer. I know the answer. And it's not one that I like. It's not an answer that I like. Goodness, look at all the bluegills. It's crazy to me there's that many bluegill, and I still can't catch one. The bite shut off. Maybe I need to get up earlier here in Minnesota, and I have been. I've kind of been in the rhythm of editing late, sleeping in, getting coffee. I'm not on the lake till 10. And it's worked out. I mean, I catch plenty of fish, but it's rarely topwater anymore. I catch a lot of fish on grass edges, skipping docks. This is the first time in years that I've fished at 6 o'clock on the dot in Minnesota. And it paid off for 45 minutes. The struggle continues. Yeah. Goodness, look at all those bluegill. Where are the bass? That's crazy. Here we go. Finally got one. Now, come on. Come on. Get off of there. Yes! I broke my streak of not catching a bass, and he's the smallest one of the day. But you know what, my friend? I'm grateful for you, because you proved there are still fish biting. Now, it's possible this is a bad thing that this just happened, because now it's got me convinced that I can continue to do this, even though it may not be a good bite worth pursuing. Sometimes you'd like to not get a bite, because then you know to move on to something else. I don't know, man. Oh, I'm just happy I caught one. And this area is full of bluegill. Absolutely chocked full of them. But it feels good to break the slump. Man, I bet the white balance is mega green right now. Yeah, it's green. Because everything around me is green. The trees are green, the grass is green, the water's green, the pads are green, and the bass is green. So everything reflecting light is reflecting green. That's why it's probably got a very green tint to the video, unless we can fix that in post. Come on, come on, come on. Boo. Well, a shallower pocket yielded a bass. So I know the location they should be eating this exact lure. I just don't know if that's their best bite at this point in the day. I feel like half my job as a fishing YouTuber is to force feed them certain lures to fit my title and thumbnail agenda. Nope, my bubbles are disappearing. Uh-oh. That means this bite is probably going away. Yep, I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna make the decision now. This frog, while I've grown a huge love for it and a confidence for it, I don't think is gonna be the way to go the rest of today. So I'm gonna get myself a mad frog, throw some tungsten weights in it, and get to real frogging. A little pad perch. In the color bluegill, matches these gills up here in Minnesota perfectly. Going to trim the legs a little bit because it's a mat frog, so don't need it to have big old walking legs. And then we're going to grab a few tungsten nail weights. Let's go with 2. Okay. And shove them in the frog's blowhole. Now we have a little bit of rattle and a little bit of weight. To help this frog sink a little deeper into all of this muck. And it's officially time to put on the sunglasses because it's gotten sunny. And I've been wearing the same exact sunglass brand for I think 7 or 8 years at this point. They are Amphibia eye gear. They are floating sunglasses. Awesome, good quality polarized lenses. And you can use code TRF20, I believe it is, to save 20% on your entire order. I've been wearing them for much longer than I've been sponsored by because I love the way they fit my face. And I love the way that when they fall in the water, not if, when they fall in the water, they float. All right. All right, pad perch, do some work. I swear though, if I catch one on a jig, I'd be happy. Let's say that. But that would be Minnesota as heck. And that's probably all that I would do the rest of the day. No way. You gotta be. All right, I'm addicted. Here we go. Start the process, baby. Let's go find some docks. I'm kidding. I still want to throw a frog, but it is nice to catch one on a jig. Never gonna complain about a jig. This is my Outcast Tackle prototype signature series jig that we're trying to launch next March. One of two different jigs we're gonna try to launch. Oh gosh, that sounded like it broke. Or it's just a very hollow pole. Yep, hollow pole. Oh, what a cast. Although I wouldn't say that fish came on the dock. He was just kind of near the dock. So we're not gonna dock skip much longer. Redo that for the regular video. Although I wouldn't say that fish came on the dock. He kind of bit out here. So maybe he followed it out, but I don't think that pointed me towards needing to skip the rest of the morning. But I'm not gonna say no to a few flips and skips. Not gonna say no to a few flips and skips. Never say no to that. I will never say never. You see, it'd be nice to have a lake house like this with a little bit of a beach for kids to swim on. But I ain't sending my kids to swim in water like this. They're gonna get a brain-eating amoeba. I feel like if I ever bought a lake house up here, it'd have to be on one of the lakes that's like really clear all the time. Once you get into farm lake country like I am right now, you get a lot of algae blooms, and that's not preferred. And a different type of pad here. I'm gonna go back to the buzz just for a second. These pads either a different variety, or they just haven't grown as much, or they're dead. Oh, they're mostly dead. Huh. Wonder if the people that live here sprayed these. Because yeah, these are dead. Wow. Yeah, I guarantee you, this homeowner sprayed it. Which is just kind of dumb. Now you just have ugly pads in front of your house. Because it's dead here, dead there, alive there. Huh. What am I doing? Why am I throwing this? Ah! He can't be stopped. I just see a good pad edge over here. That skip's good. One more edge. Nope. You whip these things too fast with braid, it'll do that. I'm being a dummy right now. I'm letting my braid fall on my reel handles, which will inevitably get twisted. Yep. This is a bad idea. Why am I doing this? Yeah, they're not eating this. What a stark difference 1 hour's time makes. See if they'll, where's my other rod? Here it is. See if we'll eat a little flipping rig. Goodness, that was a loud pop. That bluegill was really going after it. Man, I do not want this to turn into a dock skipping episode, but if that's what it's going to take to get bit, then I'm going to do it. Because they ain't eating the pads anymore. The pads have been fire evacuated. Goodness gracious me. Okay, yep. They're on the docks in this lake, folks. Oh, sorry. Lighting is wild. Wild and bright. Dock fish. They're not big though. It's 2 fish on dock so far. They're both not very largo. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm through something, okay. A lot of these docks I'm noticing out here in these lakes are so close to the water. Can't skip them. Tough to skip at least. Oh, but ain't nothing from my new jig. Ain't nothing from my new jig. It ain't nothing from my new jig. My new jig that I designed. And I did design it. I didn't just get a prototype and say, yeah, that looks like a good jig. I told them exactly what I wanted in the jig, and Outcast did it for me. And I think we're on the final testing stages of this one. The second jig we're releasing has another prototype or two to go. I wasn't happy with the last one. If y'all saw in the 200 pound series on my main channel, I definitely wasn't pleased with it. Whoa. Oh, no, there we go. Well, the good news for y'all who don't want to see me skip docks is that this lake doesn't have many of them. And they're surrounded by grass and snot. So I don't think it'd be a good dock day anyways. Yeah, matter of fact, I just don't like this algae bloom. I'm gonna go back to where I started. We'll finish the video off there. I'll flip the pads with a flipping rig and the frog. Maybe throw a chatterbait around the edge. Because something just doesn't feel right here. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Off we go into the sea. It's too bright. Too bright this direction to have my big camera. All right. Let's get ourselves a regular frog and start fishing. Hey guys, want to go fishing? You know what? There is no algae bloom on this side. That is a question worth exploring. Totally possible that I just picked the right bank to start on this morning, where there was just more fish in general, because there's no algae bloom. And I wonder. I'm gonna put on a heavier weight. I don't think this is even 1 ounce. I don't think this is a 1 ounce weight. If it is, it's not heavy enough. Yeah, I think it was 3/4 ounce. Or if that was 1, I want 1 1/4. I tie a Palomar knot still. If I'm flipping, even with a straight shank hook, this is a wide gap still, but even with a straight shank, I still tie Palomar. I went through a Snell phase, and man, I just don't like it. Can't really explain why. Just don't. Actually, I can't explain why. I broke off once or twice, and it looked like the knot unraveled. Full-size Rage Scound Bug. In either Bruiser or Okeechobee Craw. I'm not sure what color this is. Wide gap. Now that I'm thinking about it, wide gap is probably not the best hook for flipping in this stuff, but it'll work. It'll work, my dude. I'm punching now. I was flipping. Now I'm bona fide punching. Let's see what we can do, huh? Deal is there has to be a canopy. A lot of this cheesy stuff that I'm seeing, it's got to be canopied up. I'm guessing it's not. Guessing all that stuff you see up there is just full grass from the bottom to the top. And in that case, it's not worth fishing. Because like I'm looking at this clump here. This clump here tells me a lot. It's just kind of nasty and like it's in a ball. And I feel like that's what a lot of this stuff up there is. And like I think I'm under a canopy, but it may just be inside of a clump. It is worth a check though. And if I don't get any bites doing this on this whole stretch, never mind, there's one. Okay. I was gonna say then the fish just aren't biting past the sunrise, but they are. What a chunker. Look at that. Scound bug to the face. All right, time to get the big camera up, I guess. Well, no, the sun angle is just so bad. The shot is not going to look good. I'm not going to be happy with it, so I'll just stick with chest mount. That's fun. So there is a canopy, at least enough of one. Ideally, I get 2 bites to tell me if that's a bona fide pattern. But I like the feel of that, folks. I like the feel of that. Oh, hey, I didn't do the comment challenge. There we go. Props to y'all for sticking around this long. If you want to win a pack of the Rage minnows that I'm throwing, shipped straight to your doorstep from yours truly, all you got to do is comment a story of like a time that you went somewhere and like it was a sacrifice, but you did it and it worked. So like you got up early and the bite was amazing and it worked, or you worked extra hard to like take off a few hours in the evening and got out there and it worked. I want to hear about like a story of figuring them out. Or maybe you got on the lake and the bite was tough and you were tempted to go home, but then you eventually switched lures and tried something else and it worked. I want to hear a story of that. And if you don't have one, then just comment how much you're enjoying this channel and you'll be included. But I want to read some cool stories. I'm pumped that there's maybe a punching bite. Really pumped. Because that's fun. It's way too thick to throw a frog. For sure too thick to throw a frog. Yeah, yuck. Yuck. Yucky snot grass. See, like that flip didn't get to a canopy. That flip didn't get to a canopy. I don't think there's canopyable water. Canopyable. I don't think all this is canopy. But if I got a bite just a few minutes in, it's definitely worth my time to figure out. That right there, that's a canopy. It fell through easily and now I'm able to lift. Oh yeah. Come on, 5-pounder. Where you at, 5-pounder? A lot of snot. It's collecting on my weight. Bluegills are still popping everywhere. Man, that one fell for like 3.5 feet. I think this zone right here has good depth, good canopy. And y'all can't quite see it because you're looking at a chest mount with no polarizer, but I'm looking with my eyes at areas like this that have coontail and foil, whatever this is, mixed with the pads, as opposed to just flipping pads out here. And then sometimes up here it's like extra grown up, so it's cheesed, we call it, and formed a canopy. And that stuff is just, it's too thick to throw a frog over. So punching is the way to go. Yeah, this area has no algae bloom. There's gotta be a key to it. better water quality, brings in better fish. Man, bluegills are active. Ah. There's a lot of snodgrass. Not the easiest punching. Oh, that was one. That was one. Gonna just barely text pose my hook to get back in there. No! Boo! I think he'd still be in there. Okay, he was not under any mat at all. He was just under pads. This is fun though. I want to figure out how to not get so much snodgrass, but it just kind of comes back up with it. It's not even that the hook is hooking it, it just wraps around the weight. Although the hook did hook it that time. I had to reinsert the hook in my plastic. Some of this green you're seeing on the surface is duckweed. Okay, yeah, a bass just exploded way up there. So that tells me there may be some fish over this mat area where it's sparse enough for them to eat a frog. You'd think by casting shallower that it's not getting sparser, but I'm seeing more duckweed. So, I don't know. Worth making a few lines in the duckweed. Test it out. For sure worth it. Especially because there's a creek coming in right there. So maybe it's actually deeper up there where the creek comes in. Yeah, might be the case. So badly do I want to get blown up in the dang duckweed. I have no idea how shallow it is that I'm casting up into. But it's worth a good fan of casts. All right, 3 more. No, never mind. 1 more. I'm just hearing too many bluegills out here to really want to focus way up there. Okay. Back to the flip. Back to the flip punch, the flip punch. Yes, sir. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Come on. Holy cow. What a strong fish. How big are you? He's got me pinned against the grass. Do I still have him? Oh, it's a pike. No wonder it fought so weird. It's a big pike. I mean, like, big pike. Goodness gracious. What a pike. I guess I'll set my phone up and get a photo for Instagram. Hey, buddy. Now, you were fighting way too hard and fast to be a bass. I knew it. Gotcha, slimy creature. Do not bite me, thank you. Took me for a ride on a punch rig. Thought I had a 7-pound largemouth. All right, well, that was a fun time. Usually I'll complain about catching a pike when I'm trying to go after bass, but that was fun. That was a good time. Good time had by all. Except the pike, he had a bad time. All right. Let's go ahead and clean off my junk. Clean off my junk. And let's get a new crawl. I'm trying to do a better job of keeping my soft plastics in the compartment down here and not just throwing them in the floorboard, because they get hot in the floorboard throughout the day, and so it seems like in the compartment they stay cooler. So even if that means a little extra work to open it up and sit down, I'm gonna do that. I'm surprised now that I've seen there's pike in here. I'm surprised I didn't catch a pike on the buzz frog. It's my biggest northern in a while. It's pretty cool. That was fun. I can't lie, that was fun. Just a wee bit of a detour. Ooh. I figured it'd be like lights out once I got up around this stuff. But I think our answer for today is that the fish bit really well early in the morning. They were all cruising the edge, and now they've all moved up here, but there's so much more stuff to fish. So it's not like there was just so many fish. They were all concentrated cruising the edge, feeding. Now they're chilling, and chilling fish are a lot harder to catch than feeding fish. Well, what an interesting Uncut. Definitely had several storylines developing all throughout. Of course, we started ultra fast on the Buzz Minnow. This thing, I'm gonna be throwing it a lot because the confidence I gained was definitely too much to not use again. But then the slump started. The fish just did not bite, and it took us a while to figure out, are they on docks? Are they on the edge still? Are they punchable? And the answer was kind of all three, but I really think the majority of the fish were biting extra good in that early morning period. So looking back at it, could I have gotten here 30 minutes earlier and fished like, I'm talking first light? I could have, but I'm glad I got what I did. As always, all of my tackle and merch are linked down in the video description. I know I started the day by saying I'm not a fan of the TP2 series of rods, but it's definitely a beef stick and it can handle being winched. So if you're really hard on your gear, I would recommend this rod. Still not sure about the butt size, not sure if I like that one, but I do like how it handled this bait right here. I've got, I think it's 65 pound or 50 pound Cigar Tactics braid, and the rod is a 7-1 heavy fast. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you want to check out my last episode in the Uncut series from the Bass Boat, it'll be clickable up here in this corner. Thank you all so much for joining along with the journey. I love this new channel and the fact that you guys are loving it as well, and we'll see you all next time right here on Uncut.